I met Mildred during the war years, 1943-44, and she was in the civil service, Inland Revenue, and she was really smart because the Inland Revenue at that time was quite complicated doing the calculations, and she was really very clever at this. You're Mildred Gill, and I'm John Gill, and we've been together 58 years. 58 years, long time, isn't it?
Yes.
There's a loyalty which must never be broken, really. And that gets stronger for some reason as you go on. It's your duty almost to play a part in supporting the other partner. You look after me, and I look after you.
I worked with John and Mildred Gill about 2 years ago now. When I went to go out and see them, they were a lovely couple. You could see that, that they just wanted to be together. But John was mainly struggling physically and a little bit emotionally with the care for Mildred, obviously looking after her 24 hours a day. We set up what's called a regular programme of respite, but John wasn't happy that every time she came home, she was a little bit more... probably slightly a little bit more disturbed. She was more confused, and it got to the point where she was actually coming home needing more care and attention. So the fact was that what he benefited from the break was undone because he was then having to do all the extra work once she came home. I didn't like leaving Mildred in a nursing home for respite. In fact, my second son went to see her there once, and she told me afterwards that Donald had come, and she said, "Hey, why are you putting me in a place like this?" Because she had glimpses of normality, and it took me a week to get her back to normal and some contentment and singing and happy again.
Grace, how sweet the sound.
Then the law changed and the Direct Payments Act came in. So I went to see them and to say, there's this new act, we could maybe get the money and pay yourselves, and then you can organise your own care.
Morning, Mildred. Hello, my love. Time to wake up. Wakey wakeys. All right? Oh, yes. I filled in an application form, and John wrote to me, and I came for an interview to see John, and immediately felt at ease. I didn't feel I was in an interview position. And then I came back one afternoon to meet Mildred, and she's just such a lovely, lovely lady. It really isn't like having a job. It's coming into a couple of friends, really, and looking after Mildred. And I really enjoy it. I feel I learn something different every week that I come in. Can you stand up nice and straight?
I'll try.
Right, nice and straight. Good, that's lovely. Good.
We had a good instance the other night when I was taking Mildred upstairs, got her upstairs, okay, and she put her arms around me and kissed me.
Lovely.
It shook me at the time.
Yes,
And it's 10 years since or more, 11 years since we had something like that.
Yeah. So that's a big reward, it really is. It makes all the caring worthwhile.
Oh gosh, yes, this is, and my big worry when I'm on my own is getting upstairs.
Yes.
One, two, all the way up.
Yeah. Now we sit down. Well done. We'll take this off. You won't need this on you. Sit down, yes. Sit down.
I didn't think that was going to happen.
She's had Alzheimer's for nearly 11 years, I believe now. At times she will say, "I don't understand what you're saying." You get other times when she does respond. If she's been a little bit down, when you can get through to her by one means or another and see her smiling and happy, that just is worth everything. Yes, it really is. Just give you a wash, that's it. All right. catching you up. As I say, I've always been a nurse, so I'm not saying that everybody would want to do it and get the satisfaction out of it. And if I've had a good 2 days and I'm going, and John will say, it's been good, hasn't it? And if we've had what we call a blip along the way and got over it, then that's lovely. You know, just the satisfaction that there's been a bit of a problem, but you've managed to bring Mildred round and get over it. And I have to say, I've learned so much from John, because he's looked after Mildred all this time, and he's learnt a lot of things along the way, and he's handed them on. I'll let John do this because he does it much better than me, doesn't he? Right, a little bit more. That's lovely. Oh, he does. He gets this right and I don't. Sit down now. Sit down, Mildred. That's it.
You interview them, you know what they're like, and you know where the possibilities of their success can be, and you help them along. And that's the way it goes. It's just like having a bigger family. This is the answer. Direct payments and a good day centre for people with dementia, probably the sort of 50-year-olds upwards, is a must for the system.
Here.
That's a picture of you.
Is it?
Nice, isn't it?
I didn't know that, my dear.
Well, that's you. Good looking, weren't you? You're a beauty, weren't you?
I can.
You're a beauty.
Oh, thank you.
When people go into care, often the person left at home starts to feel guilty. They sometimes get depressed because, you know, they can't cope with their feelings that, oh, I've let somebody down. Whereas in this case for Mr. Gill, he's improved, his health's improved from when I first knew him, because he's getting the rest, but he's also enabling his wife to stay living at home, you know, in their marital home, which is what both of them want. And in fact, Mildred, her condition has stabilised for the last 18 months. It hasn't declined at all.
Oh, lang syne, my dear. We'll take a cup of kindness for the sake of old lang syne.
Before they came, I was on the edge. Am I going to crack up? And I thought, that's why I've got my carers at nights, because normally somebody of my age group, if they're going to snuff it, it'll be at night time.
There we go. Oh, you look very comfy. Good night. God bless.
Good night.
I'll see you in the morning, my love.
Yes,
All right?
yes, certainly, my dear.
And so it's really different, completely different world. And I hope that a lot more people can benefit from direct payments.